You got.
Hold on, I'm gonna call you back. Okay, man.
Yeah, man. Easy.
What you said?
You got me back.
You gonna beat me easy? You gonna beat me easy?
No, I'm gonna knock you out.
You gonna knock me out? You think so?
Yeah, because I think you got a good technique. I like it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. You pressure close,
No,
real
no,
close.
I'm robot.
Yeah, no.
But you don't got the power for stuff.
You don't got no power.
No, I don't got power.
You don't got power. You keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you don't got hydration.
Huh?
You don't got hydration.
What is that?
The 10 pounds.
Yeah, there's no excuse.
Yeah, no. So
like I said,
you do IBS
and we make it happen. Why would I fight you, right? That put pressure with 10 pounds. And I know you're gonna keep coming. Why would I fight you? Am I stupid? I'm gonna fight you now. No rehydration. You fight now.
I know, but
okay.
You don't got excuse because me got the hydration too. And me and you like
No, you small.
No. Yeah,
you small. Your head big. Your head big.
No.
Big head. Your big head. Big head. We make it happen. Mine's too. Mine's too. I'm a champion for a reason. I beat the guy that beat you. Remember that. He beat you.
If the fight happen, I want to bet you 100.
100,000?
Yeah.
We make it happen.
No. When the fight set,
Yeah.
I promise you, I want to bet.
You're gonna pay.
Yeah, no, bet.
You're gonna bet?
Yeah.
100,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got 50 your package.
Oh yeah, I got 50, 100,000. Okay. We gonna be better. Okay. 100,000.
Yeah.
What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So we got Subriel Matias in the news. As you can see him and Richardson. In the amateurs, we just called him Africa. But as you can see, him and Africa are having a little back-to-back, a back-and-forth exchange or whatnot. And Subriel Matias wants that fight. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. As you all know, Subriel Matias does have a loss. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull up their resumes real quick. All right, so I got up Subriel Matias' resume or whatnot. So as you you can't see, but if you know his record, he goes by the record of 23-2 with 22 wins coming by way of knockout from Puerto Rico. Excuse me. And yes, he has a loss against Leon Paro. Now, who does Leon Paro have a loss to? Well, Richardson Hitchens. This is the funny thing about boxing, that the whole triangle theory don't work. But I actually forgot that he has a fight coming up with Dalton Smith in November or whatnot. So let's see if he beats Dalton Smith, which I believe he will. Subriel Matias is a really good boxer, bro. He is a pressured come forward fighter, but he's not a brawler though. He does have he comes behind his jab. He likes working on the inside or whatnot. I really think he's a really good boxer or whatever. An inside pressure fighter or whatever. Now, if we go to Richardson Hitchens record, my bad. Let's here we go. Who has the record of 20-0 with 8 knockouts. Now, a lot of people, are going to look at the knockouts and say, well, he doesn't have a lot of knockouts. He don't hit hard. And, he's not a finisher, right? And we can go off that. I mean, he did stop George Kambosos, but I believe many people, including myself, would tell you that George Kambosos was way past his prime at that time that Hitchison fought him. Now, but I will say this. I've always wanted to clarify this as well, bro, because a lot of people don't understand that. Like, you could have, so for example, like Africa has the record of 20-0 with 8 knockouts, right? Now a lot of people look at that and be like, oh, he don't hit hard. Like, first and foremost, let me just explain, like, anytime a grown man hits you in the face, it's gonna hurt. Like, you're gonna feel it. Like, it's not gonna feel good. It's not something that you want to be hit by. I don't care if they're 100-0 with no knockouts. Anytime a grown man hits you in the face, you're gonna feel it. It might not be like a knockout, something that can knock you out, but you definitely gonna feel it or whatnot. So when people say that, like, and then I'm also say this too. All it takes is the right punch, and you can be out of there, bro. We've seen, I can't think of who was it, man. It's not even a knockout. Well, yeah, in this situation, Africa, but I've seen, like, time and time again, like, people that They don't have like Tim Bradley and Brandon Reels. Brandon Reels was known for a damn good chin, right? He had a real good chin, and ain't never been stopped at that particular time. And remember, Tim Bradley caught him with a body shot, got him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just takes the right punch. It don't matter like whether you'll see. Well, it don't matter how many knockouts a person has. If they hit you with the right punch at the right time, it's gonna be all she wrote or whatnot. So I said that to say, don't always judge people by their their record or whatnot. Because I sparred people, and I'm not gonna say any names, but I sparred people that are professionals that have the record of like 12 and 0 with 6 knockouts, right? And you think, okay, he must not be that much of a power puncher, but them dudes be hitting hard. You know what I'm saying? So, and then here's something funny. I spar guys that got a high knockout ratio, bro. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like, in some cases, some of the guys that I sparred that wasn't really known as knockout artists be hitting harder than them. So it's like, it's a lot that goes into getting knockouts. People got to know that it's the matchmaking. Well, obviously it's the power that you have, the attributes, because it definitely, you got some people that just hit way harder than other people, and that's a fact. But your attributes come into play. Your matchmaking, who you've been matched against. It's a lot that comes into it. So I just say that to say don't just get fully invested in the knockout ratio. But I will say this though, okay? Even with me saying all that, I don't think. And this is that styles make fight situation. I don't think Africa can keep Subriel Matias off of him for 12 rounds straight. I don't think so. If they were to fight, I would pick Subriel Matias to win, and probably by stoppage, just because of the fact that Subriel Matias is going to pressure the hell out of Africa, and Africa is one who fights on the back foot, but I don't know. I don't think that he can really just handle the type of pressure that Subriel Matias is going to bring to him. It's a matter of fact, if I'm being honest, I think Africa is probably the weakest link of the champions right now. I mean, you got he's at 140, right? So you got Teofimo, you got Gary Antoine, you got Subriel Matias, and then you have Africa. And I think all those guys beat Africa. If I'm just being honest, if I was to pick them in order, Gary Antoine is my favorite fighter at 140. I got Gary Antoine, Teofimo, Subriel Matias, and then Africa. You know what I'm saying? If I'm lining them up in order, so it's like, I don't know, man. I don't think that's a fight that Africa will win. And I don't know who Africa is fighting next. He just fought in June. Let me look on his. Yeah, he fought in June or whatnot against George Kambosos. So I don't know who they're gonna match him up with next. Matter of fact, I can go check the rankings, because what does he hold? Does he hold the WBA? Hold on. Let me look at the rankings real quick. Because I believe he holds the WBA at 140. All right, I'm on the rankings right now. Here we go. Oh, okay, I'm tripping. I'm sorry. He holds the IBF, right? Now, this is the thing that trips me out. Number 1 and 2, they have nobody listed at rank number 1 or 2 in the IBF. So why you just don't move the guy that's ranked number 3 to number 1? That just don't make sense to me. But anyways, I don't know who this guy is. Lindolfo Delgado. He'll be, I guess, ranked number 1. He has a record of 23 and he's 23 and 0 from Mexico. Okay, 16 wins by knockout. All right. You got Gabriel Venezuela, who has the record of 31 and 4. I think he lost to Subriel Matias, if I'm not mistaken. You got Oscar Duarte, who just beat Kenneth Sims last weekend. That's gonna be a tough fight for Africa, but that's more of a winnable fight for Africa though. I think Africa can beat him. I think it'll be a tough fight, but I think Africa can beat Oscar Duarte. But actually, if I'm not mistaken, Oscar Duarte is actually mandated to fight Oscar Duarte is actually mandated to fight Gary Antoine, if I'm not mistaken. But then it's crazy because I thought somebody else was dude. I thought that Andy Hiroka dude, but they was talking about Oscar Duarte would be dude's mandatory or whatnot. But the Andy Hiroka dude, I thought he was his mandatory. I don't know. But you got Kennison, who just lost, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't have that spot. Jermaine Ortiz. Stylistically, that's not a matchup that's going to be fan friendly, but it's an interesting matchup to me. I'd like to see that. You got, you know, none of these names are really known. You got Regis Prograis, who's ranked number 12. And you know, he was getting rocked hard by Jojo Diaz, and Jojo Diaz, not only is he not a legitimate 140-pound fighter, but he's not even a hard hitter. Well, he's not known as being a hard hitter. But you see, that's another example right there. He was rocking Regis Prograis, and you know, almost had Regis Prograis out several times. So you know what I'm saying? You got, you know, no big names. Luckily for Africa, he doesn't have too many big names in his organization or whatnot that I feel would give him trouble. But you know, I don't know. I think that a unification at any point would be detrimental to him if he wants to hold on to that title. All right, so that's just, you know, that's just my take on it. I don't want to sound like I'm hating, because you know how today's society is. Anytime you give an opinion, if it's a negative opinion about somebody, they're gonna automatically associate with you being a hater, as if you can't have an opinion. But anybody that says I'm a hater, then I mean, all I would do is just tell you, you know, if we're going off of your if we're going off of your standards of what a hater is, just because I'm saying I think that Subriel Matias would beat would that make you a hater of somebody? Because I'm sure you don't think everybody would beat everybody. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is on that part. As far as Subriel Matias goes, I mean, Gary Antoine Russell has been vocal about wanting to fight with him. I think that would make for a really, really good fight, their styles and whatnot. I think Gary Antoine Russell is definitely the more skillful fighter. But, you know, he does get caught flush, you know, with punches, you know. Subriel Matias also called out Teofimo Lopez and even tried to slap him. I don't know, he slapped him or tried to slap him, but whatever the situation may be. And I don't know if Teofimo wants any parts of that. I mean, I think Teo is more skilled or whatnot, but Teo doesn't see. I don't know what Teo is doing right now. I have no clue what he has going on, so I don't know if he's going to try to fight dude or when he's going to fight again or whatever. But anyway, that's just my take on it. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Who do you see winning this fight, or do you even want to see this fight? But what do I know?